a year or so ago, we talked to a prospective customer that was a BPO. They were a very scalable, very elastic environment. They had just brought in a new client, which then prompted them to go out and hire a bunch of new contact center agents. So for each of those new agents that were brought into the organization, they would provision a relatively inexpensive laptop for them, but send a device to those users. And this particular BPO had a roughly 4-week training program prior to a contact center agent becoming a full-fledged employee. Their attrition rate through that 4-week program was 80%. 80% of the agents that started that process didn't see it through for the first full month. So can you imagine the challenge from a logistical perspective, right, and a business perspective of getting those devices back? It was untenable to the extent that, unfortunately, the prospect contact that we had was somewhat concerned that folks were taking the job simply to just get the devices that were being sent out and then had no intention of working the job. So, all that to say, it's a very challenging situation to equip a remote contact center agent with the devices and the access that they need in order to do their job. And DaaS can really help to simplify that structure. Lastly, not only are we improving the logistics and potentially improving the productivity of those workers, but we're also simplifying the overall security of the environment. Because now that user leaves the organization, we don't have to worry about device reclamation, right? We don't have to worry about potential for intellectual property or client information or customer information existing on a device that we've now lost containment of that's out there in the open. Those remote contact center agents are just using whatever device they have. That device is not becoming an extension of our internal network as a BPO. It's not becoming an extension of our customers' internal networks that we're servicing. The data that they access, the applications that they run, all of that stuff never leaves the data center. So all of the security, all of the compliance, all of the regulatory considerations that have to go into locking down and securing that environment, all of that stays consistent throughout their use case. And when the day comes that for whatever reason that employee leaves by their own volition or the company's, you simply sever access. Everyone happily goes their separate ways, and you don't have to worry about securing that environment. Don't have to worry about the loss or potential breach of that data being being out in the open.